Okay. So hello, I see Alejandro is in the chat. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so I guess some people coming in already. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait like you know what? Let's just get started. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty much my first stream. I'm gonna be showing a little bit about animation and a few things like that, and it's gonna be like a live tutorial. Oops. So yeah, I'm gonna first start with this animation thing. I'm gonna show a few things that you can do, and if you guys have questions about anything, not just this, then you can ask me, and then we can go over it and other things like that. And let's see, Pop Gilder, hello, I see you in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me actually, because I don't know how does this sound. But yeah, so, and you know, maybe there will be some noise, maybe some cars passing by or something like that, but hopefully it's not too much. Okay, so also let me know if the sound is too low or how is it, things like that. Okay, but okay, cool. See Alejandro saying you can hear me, so that's cool. Okay, so let's get started. And I'll show how to do some animation. And this is with keyframes. Like you'll be able to do animation without having to redraw everything. It's pretty good feature they have. So let me just show you really quick, and then I'll explain it. So you can have keyframes. Let's say I have these few things. So let's say I have keyframes. I can make it so I have something here. So I can have like a plane or something like that, and then I can move it. And the keyframes, what it does is like it makes it move automatic. Well, automatic, you pretty much tell it where to go, and you can create animation like that, like pretty easy. So I'm gonna show you how you can do that with keyframes. And that's really good to do things like moving the background, if you see the background panning and stuff like that. So you can just say, okay, the background's here, and then it's gonna slowly move like the plane's flying through, that kind of thing. So let's see. So here I have 3 different layers. I have the background, which is those clouds back there, and I mean all of these are pretty like rough. It's just sketches. I have this jet here, and then I have like something in the foreground too, just to get the idea. And that's the main thing. You need all these 3 like separate layers so you can move them individually. Okay, so let's get started. Let's say you don't have the animation thing. You can go to Window, and the timeline, you can make it show up. Let's say take this off. But let's say you start it like this, like normal. You can go to Window and add the timeline, and here is where you'll be able to move things. So to create animation, so I'm gonna go here and zoom in. You see I have the 3 layers: foreground, the jet, and the background. So I can go here to this little icon that says enable keyframes on this layer, and I'm gonna do that for this layer, first layer, or you can see here. You enable the keyframes, and then you get this little, for this kind of border around it, and that's just saying that you can move it and things like that. So this is pretty much telling where you want it to move, and when you move it, it creates a point in the timeline, and then this is saying like, okay, it's gonna start here at the beginning, and then you can choose at this time. You can move it. Oops. You can move it. Let's say here. And then when you play it, it will play like that, like really quickly, right? So, okay, I'm gonna delete that just to show. So I'm gonna have this cloud be here from the beginning. It's gonna start here off screen. You can see how you can have the border. You can see you can have it off screen, stuff like that. So at the beginning it's gonna be there, and then let's say at the end it's gonna be, let's say at the middle point it's gonna be here. So it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass a little fast. Let's see. Okay, maybe that's too fast. I'm gonna move it like here. So you see the clouds passing by, and something interesting to know is that at the beginning, I mean the front, the foreground, everything that's in the foreground is gonna move faster. So that's why it looks a little fast like that. And then for the background, these clouds back there, I'm gonna make them move slower, so you get an illusion that it's moving. And so I'm gonna go here to the background and make a keyframe, enable keyframes. Okay, I had this one before. Okay, so I'm gonna go here at the beginning, saying, I'm gonna say, okay, the clouds are gonna start here, and then they're gonna end up like here, like a little bit. They're gonna move a little bit because the background moves slower. And let's see. So see, now the foreground's moving really fast, and then the background's moving slow. So you can get this effect like the plane is kind of moving, even though the plane is actually just standing there. So that's pretty easy. There's a few more things that you can do, like different. Oh, I think this bike passing by. So yeah, the foreground moves faster, the background moves slower, and you could leave the plane there. You could also make it move too. Let's say I'm gonna make it into a keyframe, like enable keyframes. Okay, I had this from before again. So okay, so I can say start here, and then at the end or over there, I'm gonna move it so the plane's flying through, kind of thing. So you can kind of create those kind of animation, and hopefully it's kind of easy to understand. Just gotta go here to the keyframe and add the position where you want it. And something cool is you can combine it with like frame by frame animation. So I'm gonna have here like this kind of jet engine, like it's gonna have like fire here, but I'm gonna do that like hand, kind of frame by frame. So okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add Okay, first I'm gonna change this. So I'm gonna create one of these animation folders, new animation folder, and I'm gonna go here. Here you can change the color just to label it different. It doesn't do anything, only that you can see it better. If you wanna, when you go here, you can see, okay, I see that's the green one, and that kind of thing. So right now there's nothing in the folder, but you can go here, it's at the beginning, and then you go to new animation cell. So I'm gonna create that. It's pretty much a new layer inside the folder. That's like a new animation cell, and then you can draw on it, right? You can draw whatever you want. So I'm gonna draw like a little fire coming out, like a, very stylized. So I create a fire, and that's like the first frame. Now I'm gonna create another frame, a new animation frame. You can go here again, new animation cell. You can also have shortcuts, but for now let's do it like this without the shortcuts, just so it's easier to follow. And you can see here now in the second frame, since there's nothing on it, it disappears. There's nothing, because this layer, you can see the first part, and then here is the second, but it disappears because there's nothing on it. It only shows whatever you're on, like on that layer. And if you want to see the previous frame to kind of help you match it when you draw in the next frame, you can go here to onion skin, and then you can get like a preview, or you can see the previous frame a little bit, and then you can draw like the next frame. Let's say the fire is kind of moving a little bit, so it's a little different, something like that. So that's the first frame, that's the second frame. Then I can keep doing that, add another frame, and it keeps showing me like the previous frame, so I can create a few frames like that, and it create a few, at the beginning they don't look like they go together, like, but after you have a few, it makes more sense, because they're passing by really quickly and changing, and you get a effect as if they're moving. So let's see. Oh, it's like another one. Just gonna do a few. Let's see how it looks. Okay, yeah, it's like a simple. And I think I'll do one more. Okay. Yeah, so let's see if I play it. Since they're all together there, they play too fast, so I'm gonna, you could actually just space it and like repeat it and all of that, but okay, I'm gonna delete all these because they're all together. They're still here. I'm just taking off the timeline. I'm gonna go here. This thing is called batch specify cells. You can go here, or you can have a shortcut for it. I have a shortcut for it, but I'm gonna show you here. You can go batch specify cells, and here specify name. So what I'm gonna do is make that loop until the end. It's gonna go from frame, you see here, 1 2 3 4 5. It's gonna repeat that like all over until the end. So I'm gonna say that, and so I'm gonna repeat it like that. Let's say here, repeat until the end. So, and what it does is automatically fills everything for me, so I don't have to do it manually. You could do it manually. You could go right click and add each frame, but that takes too long. So that batch specify is really good, especially when doing like a loop like that. So let's see. So yeah, this is really quickly, like really rough, but that's kind of, you get that kind of look, like, you know, let's pretend it's fire. It's kind of rough, but just to give you the idea that you can just do that and then loop until the end, so you can kind of create that frame by frame animation and combine it with you know, the keyframes, and yeah, you can add color to it. I'm gonna see, let's pick this yellow. Okay, go to the next frame. Yeah, so it's not too complicated. Once you get the basic idea, you can just experiment and add a lot of different things like that. Just adding the yellow, and then gonna add a little orange in the middle. Yeah, so pretty easy. See how that looks. So yeah, I want to play it. I guess it looks like fire a little more now. Yeah, just like the basic idea, and yeah, pretty quickly you can create animations, and yeah, you don't have to redraw the foreground and all of that. You can just have one image and have it move around and a lot of things like that. Yeah. What else? I mean, if you guys have any questions, let me know about it. Or we can come back to it later. I can show you something else too. Let's see. Yeah, so if you have any questions, you can let me know. For now, I'm gonna go and do another thing, another example, something you can do in Clip Studio, which is pretty sick, pretty cool. You can kind of create like a puppet. You can create like a, oh, you can create like a rig. So let me show you. I think I have some examples. Open. Rig. Okay. So I created this. Oh, the audio is low. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the audio is a little low. Let me see if I can get it higher. Let me go here. I think maybe this. Okay. Let me know if the audio is better. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, this is like the first time trying this, so let me know if anything's weird or anything like that. So yeah, you can save it like a GIF, or let me show you. You can export it like in a lot of different formats actually. So you can go to export it. You go export animation, and there's different ways. You can go import it as a movie. You can do a GIF or GIF. I don't know how you say it. You can do it like that. Can do like, okay, so sorry, I got distracted. So you can do image sequence, which is you know, you can kind of, you pretty much export it like every frame as a single image, like frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a sequence of images, and then you can kind of have different formats there, like JPEG and all that. Like all of those things, right? That's one way. You can export it as a GIF, animated GIF. Also as an animated sticker, which is I guess a little different format. And I think the difference about this is like this has like transparency and things like that, and you can use that to, how some like chats have like stickers and things like that. So those animated stickers, you can export it like that. And also you can export it as a movie. You can export it as MP4 and as a QuickTime. So that's the two that you can export it as, which is pretty cool. Pretty much MP4 is really good. So you can do that. There's other stuff you can export it. Animation cells, Open Tunes. This is another program, and like you can export it to a lot of different things. Like I don't really use this other stuff, like these other programs, but if you do, you could. It has like a lot of different things that you can export it as. Okay, I see. Cool, modified donut. Okay, cool. So the sound is a little better. Brian's asking, is there an easier way to loop keyframes? Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. So the keyframes are, yeah, I wish it was easier to loop. But the way you could do it is like, for example, if you want the clouds to keep passing by, right, or something like that, you could just copy paste. I don't think there's like an easy way. For example, like here, like the hand drawn frames, you can do this, like the batch specify and oops. Okay, so the hand drawn frames is easier to loop. I could just do batch specify. I can tell it to do all this automatically. But for this frame, the keyframes, there's nothing for it really. But you could copy and paste. So let's say, okay, so I'm just trying to think how to explain. So I'm gonna move the foreground cloud here, so it's gonna pass really fast. Okay, kind of like that. So if I wanted to come back again, I could do this. Like I can just okay, I'm gonna go here and change this. Is it trying to explain it, but it's a little tricky. Okay, so I'm gonna change this into like a hold keyframe. There's different kind of keyframes. So there's hold, linear, and smooth. So here I'm gonna say hold. So what it does is, so it's gonna start here. Then it's gonna go linear, so it's gonna go straight speed, like a straight line speed. Is gonna go through, and then it's gonna end up here. So and then here I'm gonna tell it to hold, and then start over, kind of thing. So I can just, let's say, copy this. I can just click and drag. So I just select the keyframes, click and drag, like hold, and then I can copy. I have a shortcut for it, which makes it easier, but you can just go right click, right click and then copy. But for animation, you should definitely have shortcuts because they save a lot of time. So I can just copy, and then let's say I go here, paste. So I have the same thing. Let's see. He's gonna pass once, and then he's gonna pass again. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, the timeline, the play time is kind of acting weird. Okay, so you can see I kind of looped it twice, pretty much by copy and pasting the same keyframes, just paste it on the next part. That's the only way I know how to do it. If you want to loop it, make it kind of keep going back. So yeah, keyframes, you pretty much have to copy and paste it yourself if you want to loop it. And let's see, maybe I should explain a little bit about the keyframes, because there's 3 different ones here. Like you have hold, linear, and smooth. Okay, I had something here. Let's see. Keyframes. Okay. Okay, so I was working on this kind of to explain it, like a way to explain it. So keyframes a little interesting. Okay, so okay, so these are the 3 different kinds of okay, so sorry, I'm just seeing if anybody is asking it. Yeah, so if you guys have questions, if something's not clear, you can ask me, and I'll make sure to maybe explain in a different way if it doesn't make sense. Okay, so about the keyframes, there's 3 different kinds of keyframes. This is like smooth, you can see here, smooth, linear, and hold, and they all have different colors. You can see here, purple, yellow, and green. Green is linear, yellow is hold, and no, green is linear, yellow is hold, and purple is smooth. So the way they work is pretty much, you can tell it, like I was saying before, you can tell it start here and then end here. So let's see, with this one, I'm gonna move it until this line. Oh, okay, I messed up. So let's say here, frame 60, something like that. I'm gonna move it, and it's gonna be, okay, it's gonna be there. Then maybe this one. Okay, so it's gonna take a second just while I set up this example to explain it. Okay, I'm gonna change it just so it's not confusing. Okay, so what's gonna happen, this is the example to explain how the different keyframes work. You can see the names there. If I play it, see, they all end up at the same place at the same time, but how they get there is the difference. So if you see the smooth starts, wait, it's a little, let's see. Okay, it's playing a little. Sorry, it's playing a little weird. Maybe because I'm streaming. So it's okay. Well, yeah, it's kind of acting a little weird. Okay, sorry. Give me a second. Why does it do that? Okay, let's see again. Okay, well. So the way it works is that the linear has like a constant speed. Like it goes at the same speed from the beginning to the end. So it's always at the same speed. The hold is pretty much like a it holds, like it stays in the same spot and then teleports to the ending. It starts at the beginning, it's there, stuck there, like on hold, and then when it's time to be at the end, it just teleports there like right away. So it just like it teleports. That's like the basic way to think about it. And then the smooth has a kind of like a slow start, fast in the middle, and then slow at the end. So it's kind of a little bit kind of like a car accelerating. Like you accelerate slower, and then at the middle you're fast, and then when you're braking, it's gonna go slower. Even though it's kind of playing a little weird, it's going too fast here. Oh, maybe let me see. Oh, okay. All right, this is why I changed it here. Okay, this is more like it actually. It's like that. This is how it's supposed to be. So the smooth starts slow and then accelerates really fast and then slows down at the end. So yeah, that's the difference. So this is like smooth. Linear is just consistent all the way. The middle one just teleports from the beginning to the end, and this one's slow in and slow out. That's the difference. So what I did here to explain a little bit, I did the linear. So the cloud is passing like a constant speed, and then when it gets here, which is over there, I tell it to hold, right? So he's gonna hold there, and then here is it starts here, so it's gonna teleport all the way back here because I told it to hold there and then go here. So that's why I kind of loop it like that, like it went by, hold, and then teleports again, that kind of thing. So you can kind of use it like that to loop the keyframes, for example. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. There's like a lot of more advanced stuff with the keyframes. Like you have this thing, like the graph editor, and you can change how the things move and all of that. It's pretty good. You can do a lot of stuff. Right, hopefully that's useful. All right, so let's look at this. This is gonna be using the keyframes as well, but you can do. This is still pretty rough, but this is kind of how people use like puppets. Like you can kind of move things around, like the head. Like you can kind of do that with Clip Studio, even though it's like a simplified. Like some of the programs like specially made for that. Like you can add like bones and other stuff. You can do a little bit of that with Clip Studio and make your characters, different, move in different ways. Well, this is wrong, but yeah, little things like that you can do. That's okay. Just start over. Break. Okay. So let's see. Hopefully everything's making sense. All right. So for this character, Um, Pretty much you have to draw each individual part on its own layer. You can see the head is by itself. Yeah, the arms are like separate and all of that, so you can kind of move it, all those kind of things. Let's see. Yeah, so you can kind of do that. Okay, trying to find the best way to explain it. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna do one random. Turn this on. And if you have any questions about this stuff, let me know. Like, I have this extra shortcuts with the what's this called, the quick access tool. It's pretty good. You can put a lot of stuff here, like for example here, the grid. Normally you have to go here to the layer and add the grid, but you can do like a little shortcut there if you want to use it. Okay, so I'm gonna create a face really quickly. I don't know, just create a head. Create another one. Let's say that's the body. Okay, it's good to name it. Also, let's say arm. So especially when you're doing this, if you're trying to do like a puppet or something like that, it's good to label it, like put the right name, and also put like a color so you can see it better. Like sometimes you have to go from here and look at it here, and it's better just to look at the color. I think it's faster. I'm gonna create this arm. Okay, this is super rough, just a sketch, right? But just to explain how you can make the character move. So pretty much we're gonna do that with keyframes. So if I make this, another tip actually, if you put a folder and put everything in the folder, let's say puppet, I think that's how you spell it. So everything's inside the folder now. So the reason that's good is because if I go here now on the folder, I go to keyframes. Now everything inside has keyframes. Like, I don't have to go one by one. I can just do it on the folder, and now everything has it. I don't have to worry about it. So when you enable the keyframes, you get this, like I showed you before, this frame, and this is how you can move things. And you can see here in the middle this cross, and that's like the rotation point. So that's where the head's gonna spin if you move it. You could just say put it here where the head would spin, like or move. So when you rotate it, then it rotates there. So you could do that for all the parts, pretty much the moving parts. Say the arm. This is the shoulder, so I put it here where the shoulder moves, and then when you move it, it kind of just moves like that, which is pretty useful. Another way you could do it, though, you see how the frame is really big, though? It's like all over the page. If you want it to be smaller, you could convert this layer into something else. So I'm gonna go here, convert layer, and you can go to image material. So pretty much you transform this drawing into like a picture. And the way kind of pictures work in Clip Studio is that you cannot draw on them and stuff like that. It's pretty much when you import a picture, they get this look. Let's see. So they get this little like different icon, and what it does too is this thing, right? You see now the frame is only surrounded the head, like only the edge of the head. So it's easier to control if you have like that. So now I have, that's the head, and then I can have the rotating point here. So whenever I need to move the head, I can just move it really easy. And it stays there, right? Like now the point's there. You know, you don't have to worry about it. Like after you set it, now that's like the position. You can move it like that. Yeah, so that makes it really good. The only thing is that you cannot draw on it. If you want to draw it, then you have to rasterize it again, and then it goes back to this big frame. But I have a shortcut actually here. I mean, still you cannot draw on it. I'm just saying I have a shortcut here that I can just make it into an image material. So this is really useful. Yeah, so that you can have the, let's say that same thing for the arm. Like I'm gonna do it here, image. So now this is the shoulder, and this is the kind of forearm, elbow. So you can create things like that, and see here I can create so okay, so the same thing happens with the let's say pretty much you tell it what to do. Like let's say the head's here, and then it's gonna start there, and then let's say at this frame I want it to look up or something like that. So when I play it, you know, it's gonna move. It's gonna move like that. It's gonna go from here to here, and then depending what kind of keyframe you put, here I have the okay, cars passing by. Depending what you have, the movement is gonna be different. So here I have the smooth. So let's say I'm gonna move it more. I have the smooth, and I play it. It's gonna be like that, like smooth, like slowly going there. I mean, again, this is pretty rough. Actually, now that I just set it up, maybe we can do it here. With the head, okay. So okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a new thing. Okay, so let's say I have a, you know, this is the character. So it's gonna be at the beginning, it's normal, and then he's gonna look up. Like, see, now it creates here. So you could do it two different ways. Let's say this is the beginning part. Now I added the keyframe there. And let's say that this frame, I could either go here and add the keyframe and then move it. Like, okay, he's gonna look up. And when I play it, he's gonna look like that. Or I could just, instead of adding it, I could just go to this. Okay, 1 second. Alright, so I could go here to the timeline and then move it, and then it will automatically add the keyframe there. So you can do either way. You can add it first and then move it, or you can move it and then it will get added by itself. So okay, let me show you. Can move it like that, and let's say if I can select all of them and right click, and here maybe I can switch it to hold. So see now that they're yellow, so the animation will be a little weird, I mean different. So it's like a sudden move, like it's gonna go from here, it's gonna wait, and then it's gonna look like super fast. So depending what kind of animation you want, you might choose a different one. Yeah, you can do a lot of different things. Yeah, so you can, if you want to do that, and that's the basic idea. You can get, it probably take a while to to go into detail, like a lot of the other stuff you can do, but pretty much it, I guess to get you started you could do that, like start creating simple puppets where you can move the head, maybe the arms, little things like that. Okay, this is a little wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so that's another thing. What else? What else? Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff for animation. I don't know. Let me see. Trying to figure out what to. Oh, okay. I have this other example. I mean, if you guys have questions, let me know. But let me go through. I mean, any question, it could be even about stuff that's not animation. Maybe 3D models or anything like that. Okay, this is like a quick kind of hair and eye blink that I was doing. So, an interesting thing. This is like a interesting kind of trick that you could do. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna delete a lot of these stuff. Oops, not that. Okay, copy. Okay, so let me see if I can get this really quick. Face. Okay, cool. All right, so this is another sample. This is some animation stuff that you could do. Some kind of shortcuts. That's pretty cool. Face. Okay, so I'm gonna create animation folder. I'm gonna put the hair in there. Okay, some ice cream truck. All right, so yeah, that's the hair. That's the first frame. I'm gonna just call it 1. And I already so I was just so before anything, I want to say that this is a vector layer, which means you can move points and little things like that. So what's cool about it is you can combine that with the animation stuff. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy it, copy, paste. So I have now a new layer. The thing is that if you copy and paste, it doesn't add it to the timeline right away, but I can add it manually. So I can go right click on the track and then add it. So even though it's the same, like frame 1 and frame 2, because I just copied it, I can do this. I can just go onion skin, and there's this thing here, the pinch vector line, which what it does is you can move, see how you can move the lines. So I can create the lines. Okay, sorry. So I can create a frame. So frame 1 is here, and then frame 2, I can make it like the wind is blowing it. So I can move each of the hair like that, like slightly. Instead of redrawing it, I could just move it a little bit and create, like a different kind of hair. So it can save you a lot of time for little things like that. If the hair is moving, then you can just copy paste. I'm gonna add it here manually again, frame 3, and then you could keep, moving it, and little by little you're moving the hair, right? And then after a while, after you do a few of them, it's gonna look like it's moving a lot. So copy, paste again. Yeah, go here. I'm going kind of quick, but you can kind of take your time. Oops. Yeah, so you can kind of do that. I'll do one more. Copy, paste, add it here manually, and here you can do this. Yeah, just like that. So let's see. So I'm gonna make it so the hair goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after 5, I don't want it to jump all the way to 1 again, because it's gonna look weird. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when it gets here, I'm gonna make it go backwards, like forwards and backwards kind of thing. So a way that you could do that is just kind of copy these frames, copy, paste, and it's gonna add a letter at the end. So now it's 4A, then copy 3, 3A, copy, you can do 1 as well. So you can see here, I'm going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then going back down from 4, 3, 2, 1, and all that. So I have all those frames. A lot of them are repeated. Kind of deleted there from the timeline, but they're still there. Gonna go to edit track and batch specify cell. And I'm gonna do this that I did before. Number frames. So this is like the spacing of it. You can kind of change it here. And these are all the frames. See, it's gonna go from cell 1. It usually starts from the bottom going up. So the bottom is the first frame, the top is the last frame. So it's gonna go like that from the bottom to the top. Spacing is 3 frames and repeats until the end. So let's see how that looks. So you can, there, even though it's kind of quick, I didn't have to redraw anything. I just used the vectors to move the lines, and I created new frames pretty much. And now the hair is kind of blowing in the wind, that kind of thing. All right, so some other stuff. Yeah, so that's a pretty useful trick. So it's gonna save you some time. You don't have to redraw too much. Now another trick for coloring. So vector layers, you cannot color them. Like you cannot do the fill. Like it won't let you. So you pretty much have to do it in a different layer, different folder, different animation thing. So what you can do is, well, something you can do is you can create a new one, right? And then you have to add the same amount of frames and kind of match it. You can do it like that manually, but that takes too long, so I don't like to do that. A better way is just to copy and paste. So now you have, I'm gonna put a different color. So this is the same frame. I have it twice. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna select all of them, take it out of the folder, and then rasterize. Now they're all raster layers. The reason I took it out of the folder is because if not, it won't let me do it. Yeah, I will have to do it one by one, but if I take it all of them out, I can do them all at once. So now I'm gonna select all of them and hit delete on the keyboard. So now I deleted everything, meaning all the drawings inside I deleted, but the frames are still there, and I'm gonna bring them back in. So maybe that looks a little weird, right? I just took them out, deleted it, but I just needed to have empty frames, and so I can add the colors. And but since I copied the first animation folder, it copied the track, so all the track is, it's matched automatically. And I can go here, let's say gonna add this color, fill. So now I can just go like that. Oops, I'm gonna put it in the bottom actually. I put the line art on top. Okay, so I can go like this, right? Now since everything is matched, I just have to fill this. Oh, I can turn up this, so I can go like that pretty quickly. Oops, why is he doing that? That's kind of weird. Yeah, but I think that makes it a lot faster. Like, just copy and paste it, and you don't have to redraw it too much, or put it manually. You just copy and paste, and now you have the color and the line art match in the timeline, so you can just color it really fast. So it's a quick way to do that instead of redrawing everything. And obviously I'm rushing, to just going quickly, but still pretty fast, that you don't have to redraw or do this manually. So okay. So let me see. So I guess I'm showing mostly animation stuff now, because I haven't really in the channel, I haven't really done animation stuff. Something I wasn't doing for a long time. Like, I found it too confusing, but now I kind of got more into it, and I've been learning all these different ways to use it. So I don't know what else will you guys want to see. There's like a lot of stuff for animation. There's a lot more stuff. Um, okay, let's look at one more thing. And again, feel free to ask any questions or anything. Could be about something else, like other Clip Studio stuff, about comics or 3D models and anything like that. Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna delete this for now. I didn't go too much into detail with this. I just like a basic idea, but I feel it might take too long. There's too much. I feel like this is you pretty much have to put everything together, like all the other techniques to get this working. So maybe I should explain the other stuff first, and then maybe later I'll do something about that, like the puppets and yeah, because pretty much you have to combine everything else, all the different techniques. What else? What's it gonna do? Oh, okay, remember now. All right, I'm gonna create a new thing, and okay, it's gonna create a regular layer. So I'm gonna create a circle. I have the lips here. I'm gonna make a circle. Actually, I'm gonna create the grid. I like using the grid, you know, it helps you align things and keep things straight and things like that. So you can go here to the snap to grid, so you can create, let's say, a circle, like, you know, it's gonna snap to the grid, and you know, let's say you do that, and now you want to add a mini circle inside. It's gonna snap, so it's gotta be, both of them are perfectly centered, pretty much. That's a good way to do it. So you don't have to manually find the center. You can just do something like that. So I'm gonna make this wheel. I went back too much. What? Just doing like a double undo. Okay, so I have this wheel. I can turn this off now. I'm gonna have this wheel, and let's say I put the slides there so I can see as it's spinning. And right, so you can actually use keyframes to make this spin, and yeah, I'm gonna show you here. I'm gonna have it there, and then see here I have the big outline again, the big frame, but if you want to change that, you could just make it into convert layer and make it into an image. So then it makes it right there, just a smaller frame, and then you get like perfectly in the center. You got the rotation point, so you can spin it and little things like that. So I'm gonna make it into, let me see here, turn it to enable keyframes, and then I'm gonna add one here at the beginning. So it's gonna start here. So if I want this to spin, I can just go here, and then maybe I go like that. So when I play it, it does, you know, it starts spinning. But you can see it's gonna be really hard for you to like make it continue spinning. Like you have to keep adding points and all that kind of thing, right? Like you have to consistently keep adding points, and that might take too much work, and you might not even get the spins that you want. So pretty much what I'm saying, this is not the way to do it if you want to spin something like that. You could do it a little bit if you want to rotate it a little bit, but not if you want to spin it a lot. So if you want to spin it a lot, actually, what you want to do is, let's say you spin it a little bit, just so you get a reference kind of thing. So what you gotta do is you gotta go here. This is the graph editor. So this is a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say more advanced. It's just like a little different. Okay, give me a second. There's a car passing by. All right. So I wouldn't say it's more advanced. It's just like less usual. Like people don't use it as much, at least in this program. So this is more for hand-drawn animation, right? But it still has all these features to do this extra stuff. Let's see. So you have these different options: the positions, center rotation, the opacity. You can change so many things. But now we're gonna focus on the center, on the rotate. So you can see here. This is just a different way of displaying the timeline, kind of. Right, so it starts here and then ends here. You're gonna see that it's the same, same frame, 51, and the beginning. So when I play it, it's going, I don't know, I guess because I'm streaming, this kind of cutting off a little bit. But this is supposed to be like that playing, right? Let's see if it gets fixed. Yeah, as you see there, it's playing from the beginning to here, but it's only like rotating a little bit. So if you want to rotate a lot, you can see that, you know, this is a little bit. If you can actually grab this and then bring it up a lot, so what it does now is it's telling it to spin more. So you can kind of just do that. We're gonna put this at the end. So you can see you can kind of make things, if you want to make things rotate a lot, you can just do that. Like go here, rotate, and then here in the graph editor, you know, just go higher. So pretty much it's gonna be spinning more. Yeah, that's like the best way to do that. Yeah, so you can do a lot of stuff with the graph editor like that. If you wanna have a wheel spin, you can, okay, something else. Hopefully that made sense. It's not too complicated. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, I'm gonna go here now. This is something different. It's 2D camera. I did make a video about it, but I didn't explain much about it. I think it was just too simple. But you can just the cameras work like keyframes. It's pretty much the same thing. When you put something in there, you know, it works the same way. So pretty much tell it, say, but the camera always shows you like the big frame, right? And there's two ways to display it. Like you can display this, which is when you move it, it just shows this is where the camera is. Like the camera, just you move it, you're moving where the camera is, right? This is the frame. This is where the camera is looking at. And if you click here, okay, let me go back. Okay, if you go here, it shows you what the camera is looking at. So you can move things around. So this is how it's actually gonna look like. This one. This is so this is probably more useful. This is useful sometimes if you wanna you know, plan where the camera's coming from and different things. Okay, so yeah, let's just I guess focus on this. So I can make it so at the beginning, the camera is gonna say, yeah, this is the starting point, or even here, and then at the end, it's gonna be, let's say, off frame. We're gonna drag it like that. So when I play it, it's gonna drag it like that. But at the same time, this is already, I told it to just spin around. So I'm combining those two things. I'm combining this just spinning, and then the camera is make it pan, like it's gonna go left to right. So I get this kind of combine animation. You can combine a lot of things. You could also just do all of that with the keyframes, but I feel like it's faster or easier with the camera. You just tell the camera to pan like that, and this other thing to do the rotation separately. Yeah, so that's it for that. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or anything that you wanna know, something. Maybe make this a little better. So yeah, yeah, let me know. I guess to end the stream, we can talk a little bit about 3D models, because I know a lot of people always like to know how to use it and things like that. Gonna play this. Yeah, 3D models, or any tool, any kind of thing. All right, let's see the 3D models. I'm streaming, so maybe my computer could be a little slow. Oh, you know what? Okay, I made this video about a Clip Studio modeler a long time ago, but it's in the Japanese version, right? This like the English version. Maybe we can talk about that, right? Create 3D character. So this is okay. Maybe it's like a kind of big of a jump, right? But this is the Clip Studio modeler, right? It's free. Anybody can download it. It works with Clip Studio, with any of the Clip Studios. So the thing is, you can do a lot of stuff. So let's say I have this character. Well, let's pick a girl. It's better, I think. So you can have a character actually, and you can edit you can edit how they look. Let me see, camera. Okay, so I think, okay, I haven't used this in a while, but let me see. I think it's like you go here. So you pick your character. Sometimes, I just went there. You pick your character from the ones that you have. If you don't have, you might have to download it for the Clip Studio assets and things like that. But you have your characters that like, the program brings. So there they are. The girl. Go here to character configuration. Say click here on the face. There's different folders. And there's different things to change. Wait, where is it? Okay, I'm better confused. Let's see. Here. Sorry, I mean, I kind of haven't used this, but you can kind of do a lot of things. You can change the character's face, for example. I think it's here. No. Okay, let me see. I'm just guess remembering. Okay, maybe it's this. No, I mean, I kind of. I don't know. Let's see. I know there's pretty interesting things that you could do. Okay, so I'm gonna choose body. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Let's say this is the beginning, new character, whatever. Go here to body, and then you go here to this little thing, and you have different body types, pretty much. And I think at the beginning you don't have them. You have to download it from the Clip Studio assets. But you have like the body here. You can add the face. Now you go to the face. You go here again. Yeah, face. Click OK. There's a way to add like your own drawings, like your. Okay, so I open this folder, additional textures. No. I should have maybe looked more into this. There's a way to change the face. Well. Okay, well, I messed up. I guess I'll make a video about it later because I kind of didn't get it. Oh, well, here it is. Is this, I think. Okay, well, sorry about that. I forgot actually. I gotta look more into it. Yeah, I'll be making a video about it because you can kind of change your face and little things like that. But I kind of forgot. The moment. Oh yeah, let's do the 3D models really quick. So you can go here you have this, different materials. You can go to 3D, body type. You can have you just, like, a lot of people ask me, like, how do I get the 3D models into the canvas? Like, I don't know. It's pretty simple. You just click. You can double click, I think. Hold on. Well, you just click and drag. You can click, and then you get like a plus sign, and then you let it go, and then it shows up. Like, apparently some people also saying that the 3D models don't work for them. I can't really say. I don't know why that's happening. But it should be pretty simple. Just click and drag. You can actually drag multiple to the same same page, and they kind of interact. You can kind of have them, and you film with the camera. It's both. So this is really good for like reference, and if you want to draw some characters or figure out some poses. So yeah, there's a lot of things. I'm gonna hide this now, and you can hear. Well, you have this settings here on the side. This is like the old settings. It still does the same thing, but you can go here instead. So I think it's better. You can control the light. Maybe you don't want any light, or move it around. Okay, so let's quickly go through this. Here you can, the first one, you can move the camera around the character like that, like kind of orbiting around. I don't know if that's the name of it. Okay, here you just move the camera up, down, left, right. Yeah, maybe it's a little laggy because, again, like I'm streaming, maybe my computer is kind of a little slow. This one's to zoom in, so you can zoom in. So you pretty much are gonna be switching between these a lot. You're gonna zoom in, then bring the camera up with this one, and zoom in. Maybe this one rotate. The rotate actually works if you just click on an empty space. It would do that too. Just like that. And those are pretty much the useful ones. These ones I don't really use. They kind of get confusing, like rotating the character. You're not gonna use that too much. This one either. This one you do use more. It's more like to rotate in place. If you don't want to move the camera, but you want to rotate the character. That's one way. So that's pretty much the basics to move around, and then you can click different points and like drag, move the body parts. It's pretty simple. I mean, the basics are pretty simple. I think something that's kind of tricky is to draw. Like, it is tricky because you don't want to trace it. Like, not because it's like cheating or anything like that. It's more like if you trace it, like if you try to trace it, you will get kind of like stiff characters and things like that. So the way you want to use it is more like quickly do like a loose sketch. Like, don't worry, like, see if the lines like this a little off, just be like really sketchy with it. And still you need like an idea of where things are, like the muscles. See, like the collarbone is like here, and just kind of like think about it like a gesture drawing kind of thing. You're gonna be going really quick. Maybe just get the points that you need, like the landmarks that you need, or like just to get the idea. And then you can have it like this, right? Like just like Sketch. Like for me at least, the best way to use it is something like this, like where you sketch it, now you have a good idea, and then you can kind of forget about the 3D model, and then you can start drawing your own character. Let's say there's some reference that I have from other things. Okay, this is a character that I did. So I'm gonna, let's say, use this. So it's good to have reference too. Like you can create your own reference. Like I create this character and I just from the front, and then I can go here and try to draw it, right? Like, okay, the hair is like that. The eyes are like here because I kind of marked already. And remember, this is just still the sketch. Like you want to get a quick idea of everything. Here has something like that. She has this hair here. Yeah, so you can do like a quick thing like this. Yeah. Maybe the jacket. Yeah, so yeah, like the 3D models are pretty useful, but like I feel like some people use it to like trace too much of it. Like it's more of a quick reference, or like kind of to get an idea, right? And then everything else, you know, you gotta you know, have your character design and all of that. Maybe I don't know, just kind of quick. I don't know, pretty quick example. Yeah, I mean, this is just a sketch, but you know what I mean. Like you just keep going and like fixing the character. You can do a few other things, like I like to sometimes use it for, so you can go here and this has like preset angles. You can go here and it shows you yeah, like far away or like closer, or like profile, 3/4, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's some, you don't even have to do some crazy poses. You know, sometimes you need like a simple reference. Maybe you want the lighting to get an idea. You can change that. Yeah, how we would look. Okay, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so let's say I do this kind of far away. You can add a pose. I'm gonna add relax. So yeah, let's say I have something like this. something that you can do is you can get like the silhouette of the character. To let's say you're designing a character, you can right click, you can hold Command on Mac, and then select and click here in the icon, and it will select the whole character. I think you can say right click, and then you can make a selection out of it. Oh, selection from layer, and go here, create selection. So if you, I mean, I don't know the shortcut, like that's the shortcut. You hit Command and hit the icon. If not, you can just right click here, and then where is it? Create selection from layer here. It's the same thing, just like it's faster just to hold Command and hit that. So you can do something like this, and you can see the silhouette is not too I guess strong, but then you can kind of design characters, like start adding stuff. Maybe she has like armor here, so you can just kind of play with the shapes and the 3D model. You just use it to get like the basic idea kind of thing. I don't know, just randomly throwing stuff. Yeah, so you can do that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so you can kind of use it like that too. Even I guess use a little different color. Say she has a cape. I put this in behind her, so something like that. Okay, yeah, you can kind of create characters like that, and then you can kind of lower the opacity even. Let's say I combine this and lower the opacity, so you can kind of see where the body is, and start doing things like designing the helmet. I don't know. You can, there's a lot of different ways you can use it. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky to kind of show it in a quick demo. Maybe later I should do some streams, just like taking my time doing this kind of thing, like just like a simple focusing maybe on designing a character like that with 3D models. Because in this one I kind of just started showing a lot of stuff with different animation and things like that. So, well, hopefully it was still good. Yeah, you can kind of design it. I don't even know what she has. It's kind of some weird armor. So I don't know. I think it's been good amount. I've been streaming over an hour and a half. Yeah, so thanks for everybody that has been here, has been sticking around. Yeah, I mean, this is my first stream. I'll be doing more, definitely. If there's something you guys want me to talk about, or like maybe yeah, some suggestions or anything like that, you can let me know. Yeah, so definitely would like to hear what you guys say, you know, any feedback or anything like that. Yeah, so yeah, so I don't know, I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna end the stream. Just and the first time doing it, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, any suggestions, any questions, you know. I was focusing more on animation this one because something I haven't shown in the channel a lot, and I know Clip Studio is pretty, I think it's pretty good for animation, and not too many people show things about it. So hopefully this was good. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Maybe you guys have any questions. If not, that's gonna be it. Yeah, so thank you guys for staying, watching the video. Yeah. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. I'll be ending the stream. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one. And if anything, if you know somebody watches this video after, you know, I'm gonna leave it on YouTube. Maybe I'll edit it a little bit, so it's like a little bit faster, smoother. Yeah, but if anybody has questions, let me know. I'll try to answer even after the stream and stuff like that. So thank you, everybody. See you on the next one. Bye.